watching Utah's #1 news channel. This is 2 News at 10.
Buzz in the beehive state. Maybe 10,000 bees out of their hives and into a family's home. Good evening and thanks for joining us for 2 News at 10. The business of bees may be sweet as honey, but not today in a northern Utah community.
A swarm swooped into the basement of a home and deputies went searching at churches to find a fix. Jeremy Harris is in West Point on our top story tonight, one you'll see only here on 2 News. And Jeremy, it was described as raining bees.
Yeah, that's right. That's how the family described it. They said it was raining bees inside of their house. You know, Utah is the beehive state, but certainly you would not want a beehive like this one living inside your house.
There were bees in our basement.
If there is one thing that 7-year-old McKinley does not want in her house, it's bees.
I'm allergic to bees.
I think the window might have been cracked or something.
But Sunday afternoon, her house caught the attention of a swarming beehive. Bees everywhere. So, what do you do when a beehive moves into your basement?
So he wasn't really sure what to do, called us. So I showed up, but I didn't know what to do. I'm not trained to take care of swarms of bees.
They figured the bees might belong to a neighbor who had some hives on his property. So the sheriff's deputies came here to an LDS chapel to try and find the neighbor who was at church. They found him inside, but he said the bees belonged to another neighbor who was at a church nearby. So the deputies got in their trucks and drove to the other church. And inside, they found beekeeper Seth Jensen.
Well, my first thought was, okay, how big's the swarm and can we get to it?
Back at the house,
Okay, here we go.
the effort began to get these bees out.
All we got to do is just wait for it to settle down a little bit more and we should be able to get the majority of them in there.
He says the bees were likely trying to find a new hive and chose, for whatever reason, this family's basement.
There's not a whole lot you can do to stop it. It's Mother Nature. Hopefully we can get them all in there.
So it was all thanks to these bees that a sheriff's deputy, a beekeeper, and a little girl that's allergic to bees spent their Sunday afternoon together.
I like honey, so I guess I like bees.
You know, my idea of a good day is, not getting stung 200 or 300 times.
It was raining bees.
Yeah, so where did all of these bees come from? Well, the beekeepers say they're not exactly sure, and they could have come from any hive within about a 3-mile radius. They think that it might have been just a roaming swarm of bees that just happened to like this family's house and set up shop inside of their basement. Certainly hope that doesn't happen in my basement.
Wow,
Back to you
what a
guys.
sight.
Jeremy, are all the bees where they should be tonight?
Tonight, yeah, Brian, we just talked to the family. They say they've gotten most of the bees out and they just killed the last few just about an hour ago. But the beekeepers were actually able to get most of them into hives and take them away from here. So most of the bees made it through this safe. About 15,000 bees is what they estimate, but they did have to kill a few.
Wow, what a story. Jeremy Harris, thanks so much.
Yep.